Well, hello guys. I know it's late, but however, it is that time once again where I read you odds and ends. It's that time once again for odds and ends, where I read you some really weird news stories from all over the world, and hey, they don't call it odds and ends for a reason. Again, I apologize for it being late, but I got it, and let's get it over with. Okay. We have 4 stories today, and our first comes out of England, where an auction house in the Channel Islands has canceled an online auction for a vial of late President Ronald Reagan's blood. The PFC auction house said in a statement that the anonymous seller had pulled the item from sale. The 5-inch glass vial filled with dry blood was said to have been used by a laboratory that tested Reagan's blood for traces of lead after he was shot by would-be assassin John Hinckley in 1981. The seller said he obtained the vial at a U.S. auction earlier this year, but has received numerous complaints that the former president's family and foundation about the upcoming sale. The blood's owner now says he will donate it to the Ronald Reagan Presidential Foundation in California. Quote, "While we contended that the removal of the vial from the hospital laboratory and the U.S. auction sale in February 2012 were not legal acts in our opinion, we are grateful to the current custodian of the vial for this generous donation to the foundation," said John Heubusch, the foundation's executive director. Online bidding for the vial had reached more than $30,000 before the sale was called off. Okay, how in the world did you get your hand on Ronald Reagan's blood? And if he donates it back to the Presidential Foundation, Ronald Reagan will be brought back to life. Because, I don't know if you know that, but Ronald Wilson Reagan is his full name. 6 letters in each of his name. 666. He's the devil. Hello? How do you guys not see that? I think it's just me. But anyways, moving on. Our next story comes out of Massachusetts, where Harvard University is apologizing for allowing convicted Unabomber Ted Kaczynski to update his Illuminati profile in time for a 50th class reunion. Kaczynski graduated from the school in 1962 with a degree in mathematics. He's locked up in a federal supermax prison in Colorado for killing 3 people and injuring 23 using homemade mail bombs between 1978 and 1995. For the 1962 class reunion, the Alumni Association sent out notices asking all graduates to update their class profiles. Kaczynski responded listing his occupation as, quote, prisoner, and his awards as, quote, 8 life sentences issued by the United States District Court for the Eastern District of California in 1998. Copies of the, quote, class report contained the information Alumni's info were handed out at the reunion activities during Commencement Week. Once word got out, the Alumni Associated issued an apology, quote, "While all members of the class who submitted entries are included, we regret publishing Kaczynski's reference to his convictions and apologize for any distress that it may have caused others." Well, you guys wanted what he was doing after his class reunion, and this is what you get. He's in prison for 8 life sentences for mail bombings. And my question is, why the hell did you do it, dude? Why? Was there some profit into it, or is it just people that you hated, or what was it all about? I don't know, but you know, whatever. Anyways, moving on. Our next story comes out of Iowa, where a 55-year-old man was arrested for drunk driving outside a Dubuque bar after police pulled him over and found a zebra and a parrot in the front seat of his truck. Officers charged Gerald Riddier with operating while intoxicated. Police reports say Riddier was stopped in the parking lot of the Doghouse Lounge with his animal passengers. Field sobriety tests show the driver had a blood alcohol level of 0.14, nearly twice the legal limit in Iowa. Riddier later told KCRG that the zebra and the macaw are little kids to him and his girlfriend. The couple say they took the zebra and the macaw to the doghouse on Sunday night because it often lets people bring their pets inside. Riddier said the owner told him they couldn't bring the zebra inside because they were serving food that night. Bar owners dispute Riddier's claims, telling KCRG that no animals are ever allowed inside the business. According to Riddier, He returned the animals to his truck and was taking them home when he was arrested. Rittier, who was released from Dubuque County Jail on Monday, May 21st, plans to dispute the OUI charges. Rittier says he was just about to pull over and let someone else drive when he was stopped by police. Okay, dude, I have one question. How the hell did you manage to get yourself in possession of a macaw and a zebra? Those belong to a zoo, or they're endangered, or, you know, there's very few numbers, but, I mean, if you own your own, like, little pet zoo place, then, you know, I can understand that, though, but why would you take them out? I mean, really, if you're going to go out drinking and you know you're going to get drunk, don't bring a zebra and a macaw, dude. That's just retarded. I mean, dude, blah. That's all I gotta say, is blah. Alright, moving on. Our last story comes out of Michigan, where a group of continuous seniors at Kiowa Hills High in Walker decided to forego their traditional senior prank. Instead, all 64 seniors rode their bikes to school on the last day of classes, accompanied by the town's mayor and a police escort. Unfortunately, Kiowa Hills High principal Katie Pennington blew up over the non-prank and kicked all 64 seniors out of the graduation ceremony. Sorry about that. After the students arrived at school, Pennington summoned them into the auditorium for a meeting. Part of Pennington's angry speech was caught on a student's cell phone. Quote, "If you and your parents don't have sense enough to know your brains could end up splattered on 3 Mile and Kinney Fruit Ridge, then maybe that's my responsibility," Pennington said before concluding, quote, "Get your butts home. You are not participating in senior walk today." Parents of the seniors obviously weren't as concerned with their 17-year-olds engaging in a dangerous activity of bicycle riding. Many parents spoke out against Pennington at a previously scheduled school board meeting that night. By Wednesday, the school district released an apology on Pennington's behalf. Quote, "Yesterday, I made a mistake and sincerely regret my actions," read the apology in part. Quote, "Do I overreact? In retrospect, of course I did. The school district superintendents and the one-day suspension will not count against the students, and that students who missed final exams because of the suspension would not have to make them up. The school's senior walk and consummate ceremony has been rescheduled for Wednesday, May 30th. That's my... Okay. How the hell does one principal flip out about kids riding their bikes to school with a police escort and the mayor escorting them at the same time? I mean, that's not a prank, if you think about it. It's not really a prank, and yet the freaking principal blew her load and she got all apeshit about it because they were riding their bikes, and you think they're gonna, like, fall and, like, crack their heads open and their brain's gonna be all over the asphalt. Yeah, riding my bike. Oh yeah, like, the person's gonna die like that. Really, lady? You seriously lost your marbles. I seriously think that they should fire her because she went AWOL on them on something that wasn't even a prank. But then again, that's just me. You know, I don't live in Michigan, and, you know, basically I'm not going to that school because I'm a college student. I'm not a high school student. But anyways, guys, that is it for this edition of Odds and Ends, and I really hope you guys, really enjoyed listening to those stories as much as I like reading them to you. And I can't speak to save my life. But anyways, I will see you guys next Thursday for another edition of Odds and Ends. And until next time, see you guys later.